In the crazy SUV world that we live in today, sadly, cars like this 2023 Kia Stinger are unfortunately a dying breed. So much so that sadly, this is the last year of the Kia Stinger. Kia is no longer going to be making it, unfortunately. So I finally got my hands on a 2023 Kia Stinger. This is the GT line. This is all-wheel drive. This has a 300 horsepower 2.5 cylinder turbo engine, making 311 pounds-feet of torque, 8-speed automatic, all-wheel drive. I'm gonna talk about it, review it, go over all the specs, and then we go for a quick little drive. And before I continue, thank you for the subscriber and viewer of my channel for allowing me to review his personal vehicle. Stay tuned, that is coming up next. Okay, let's talk 2023 Kia Stinger. This is, like I said in the beginning of the video, this is the GT line, so you can get it in two trims. So the GT line GT and GT2. GT2 gives you a 3.3 liter twin turbo V6 engine that makes 368 horsepower and 376 pounds-feet of torque. Same 8-speed automatic. But overall, this car is beautiful. I was always a fan of the Kia Stinger when it first came out, and it's a super underrated vehicle. For 2023, they did slight changes to the front end, nothing crazy. Starting with the front end, they just changed the lighting a little bit. So you got this quad little LED, everything is LED here, and you have LED turn signals. You do have a functional air vent in the front. I do like the little copper finish to the to the Kia front end. There is the radar cruise control, the sensors right there. And overall, this particular vehicle does come with 18-inch factory, but the owner of this vehicle changed it to aftermarket wheels. It's wrapped in Bridgestone's Potenza tires. And these are 18-inch wheels. They're aftermarket wheels. Look very nice. You know, it goes with the car because the car is white. It does have vents on the hood. They're not functional, unfortunately. But moving around the side, it is a good-looking car, I gotta say. And you know, in my opinion, it's a very good-looking car. Let me just zoom out a little bit there. And I like the flowing lines and everything. There's more of that copper treatment. And you got a little, I believe that, yep, that is a functional vent right there that channels air from the front into the brakes. And this is a fastback sedan, as you guys can see. So there is a hatch, and very, very cool. You got the bold Stinger emblem right there. It doesn't say Kia in the back. You got quad exhaust. And now that we're back here, let's just open the hatch. And this one is not powered, but you can get it powered. It does have a backup camera, and it's a decent size trunk. You can of course put a lot of things in here, and because it's a hatchback, you have the flexibility of folding both of the seats down. The owner here has a good example of the cargo net, and he has all his gear here, nice and snug there. And you can, of course, nothing will be bouncing around. But let's walk around the exterior more. And in the back, you have that giant, like I mentioned, light bar. It kind of looks reminiscent of the, see, there's a little bit of the turn signals of the RX-7 a little bit. I do like this little lighting signature here. Unfortunately, it does not light up all the way, it only lights up over here, but I'm sure in the aftermarket world, it lights up. All right, let's take a look at the interior, the technology, the features of this 2023 Kia Stinger GT line. But before we go, let's take a look at the engine bay. So this car does have keyless entry, so you could just lock it like so. The mirrors are power folding. And to unlock it, you just press the button or walk up to the car and the car will recognize the key. But let me open the hood and show you guys the power plant of this Kia Stinger. And there it is. 2.5 liter turbo 4-cylinder engine, making a very healthy 300 horsepower and 311 pounds-feet of torque, which is not a slouch by no means. And you got start bars right here for handling purposes, which are very nice. And as you guys can see, you have all this room here because, of course, this car can come with a V6 engine. So as you can see, being that this is a 4-cylinder, inline 4-cylinder, it's all the way in the back. So, but you have plenty of room, of course, on the side. So easy car to work on. As you guys can see, you got room for days in here if you got to do your own maintenance, change your plugs and everything like that. And very cool, very, very cool. So, all right, let's take a look at the interior, the technology, and then we go for a quick drive of the 2023 Kia Stinger. Stay tuned for that. All right, let's take a look at the interior of the Kia 2023 Kia Stinger. This one is, I'm gonna call it a Panda because it's white on the outside and black on the inside. So you do have faux leather on the door panels. You do have materials here. You have, unfortunately, piano black, which a lot of car companies have that. There are your controls, your window controls, mirror controls. This vehicle has auto power folding mirrors. You got nice bucket seats with the GT Line embroidered right there on the headrest, which is very nice. Heavy bolstered seats. It does have 4-way lumbar support. Power seat on this one. Manual passenger seat. And this car is low because, of course, it is. It's a sports car. And as you can see, it's a very nice layout here. You do have a very, you have a little cubby hole here. You have a wireless charger. You have USB port here. You do have a 12-volt outlet. And there's the transmission shifter. Traditional, nice leather boot. Electronic parking brake. Auto brake hold, drive mode selector. Traction control on and off. You got the heated seats here. This one has heated seats. 3 levels, heated steering wheel. That activates the camera. Auto start stop, and you got a little cubby hole here for storage. This is a 10.25-inch screen. So you have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. You do have very nice airplane style, cool little vents here. And overall, it's not a bad design. The steering wheel is a nice 3-spoke steering wheel. You do have paddle shifters on each side, automatic headlights, automatic wipers, and let's fire this guy up. Push start ignition. There's a look at the cluster. And let me turn on the climate control so I don't toast myself. Let's turn off make sure the volume is low all the way low. In this particular trim, you do have a little helper screen in the middle, right there. So you guys can see, let me try to focus that, there it is. You got a little helper screen, which can be controlled with this button here. So you can cycle through different things. Different trip computers, MPG, driver information, auto start stop. You got the compass, and it will show you the navigation directions when you are in navigation mode. So, and if we continue to cycle through the screen here, you got the driver assistance screen, attention monitor. There is your digital speedometer, and then it will tell you your tire pressure gauge when you're driving. Let's see what else. And that's pretty much it. Very simple, very useful little screen. It does tell you the outside temperature, which is nice. And of course the odometer, it's right there. Very simple and clear old school gauges. You got traditional needles in this one. You have the speedometer on the right, which says 180, which is very, very cool. I don't know the top speed of this car, but this car also has automatic high beams. And on the left side of the screen, let's zoom out a little bit. Left side of the screen, you have your controls for your media controls. So voice command, mode button here, volume up and down, volume up and down, mute, pick up and hang up button, track forward, backwards, and then your favorites. And on the right side, you do have your controls for your cruise control, your automated cruise control. This car does have the start-stop technology, so a lane keep assist, lane departure warning, blind spot warning, and all the good stuff. And that's the look at the infotainment screen, which it is a touch screen. And of course, this is very, very straightforward system, not too complicated. You do have map, navigation, phone projection, aka CarPlay, Android Auto, voice memo, climate control screen right here. Press that, and there it is. Of course, you can control your climate control right here, which is nice that you have physical controls for all your climate settings, which is nice. Nothing is always buried on the screen. You do also have controls for media, so you got the map button there. You got your map there. You have the navigation, of course, screen, favorites right here, your hazard button, radio, media, and then your setup screen for your vehicle. Very straightforward, nothing complicated about this system. Very easy. It does have faux leather on the dashboard with fixed stitching and a dashboard, which is very nice. Even though it's not real leather, but it's a nice execution of it. I like how it looks. More that the faux leather on the door panels. Higher trims will have higher grade leather and trim. And the seating position is actually very nice. I am 5'8". I sit here comfortably. The visibility is a little compromised, of course. Here I am, because it is a fastback vehicle, so it's a little compromised, but nothing with modern day vehicles, not too bad to be able to see. It does have LED lighting all over the cabin. This one doesn't have a sunroof because it's an optional. You can get the panoramic sunroof as an option, which is tied to also an upgraded sound system. But I gotta say though, the sound system on this for a bass sound system sounds excellent. No issues whatsoever. Nice bass and pump. So nice, you do have, of course, center console here, center console storage, a decent sized glove box right there. All right, let's take a look at the back seat, and then we go for a quick drive of the 2023 Kia Stinger. Stay tuned for that. Okay, let's step inside the back of the Kia Stinger. And being that this is a fastback sedan, a lot of bugs here, you do have to watch your head when you get in here. Otherwise, you're gonna bang your head every single time. And getting back here is actually not a bad place to be. It's not a penalty box. You do have little nets in the back of each seat, and you do get your own climate vents back here, which is nice. Climate vents, so you can control the temperature as well. You do have a traditional style, cigarette style outlet right there. You do have USB-A, and it lights up. Not too bad, It might be a snug fit here because, of course, it is a sports sedan. You do have a nice little padded center armrest with two cup holders. Got a little LED light back here, which is nice. And that's pretty much it. Very straightforward, not too bad. There's a look at the command center in the front there. The dashboard looks very, very premium, very high end. This Kia Stinger, of course, this is one of the best driving handling Kias Kia has ever made. And that's pretty much it in terms of back here. Nothing crazy, You do have, of course, power windows and door locks, obviously, in the back. All right, let's take a look at. Let's take this Kia Stinger for a quick drive, and then I'll give you guys my final thoughts. Stay tuned for that. All right, let's drive the 2023 Kia Stinger GT Line. And before I go, make sure my phone is on Do Not Disturb mode. And might as well put it in here in this little wireless charger. Yep, and it's working. Turn on the climate control. I got a little steamy. All right, let's drive this very underrated vehicle. And off the bat, just driving it here to my filming location, it's a very nice car. It drives very, very nice, very sporty. Obviously, I didn't go crazy with it because it is somebody that I know. So let me put it in sport mode here and see in manual mode and open it up a little bit. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's fun. It's definitely fun. Obviously, I'm not gonna go too crazy, but I immediately feel the steering wheel tighten up already and telling you like, yes, we're ready for power. And I mean, again, 300 horsepower, it's nothing to sleep about. 300 horsepower is a lot of power, even for in today's standards, and especially coming from a 2.5 liter turbo 4-cylinder engine. That's just crazy, because back in the day, to get this kind of power in a 4-cylinder engine, that was unheard of. That did not exist. But that's the modern world we live in, and the art of turbocharging, should I say forced induction, which is very, very nice. But I'm gonna go on the highway here real quick and see if I can open it up a little bit, have some fun with this car. But I can tell the handling is tight, and I can only imagine what the GT2 can do with the extra 68 horsepower that has. And let me give myself some room here. Let me stop, and let's go. 1, 2. Oh yeah. Yeah, this has power. This can get up and go. Woo! No problem whatsoever. You could definitely have some fun with this. Absolutely. And then when you don't want to drive it like a maniac, or you just put it in comfort mode, and then that's it. And you just chill. It is very comfortable, you know, smooth. Visibility, again, it's not only, you're a little hindered a little bit in the back only, but for the most part, I can see fine out of the mirrors. They're a decent size. I do love the copper finish on them, which is a very nice touch on Kia's part. And oh, somebody's going fast there. Two motorcycles. And yeah, but overall, this is a very good car. If you are in the market for a Kia Stinger, now is your chance to get one brand new, because this is it. 2023 is the last year. They're making a special editions of it that you can purchase from Kia. But if you pick one up on the used market, this is a hell of a car as a used vehicle. And sadly, it's gonna go away. I don't know if Kia's gonna bring it back. And you know, nobody really paid attention to this car, and it didn't get the attention it deserved. But anyway, this has been my first drive and review of the 2023 Kia Stinger. This is the GT line, and it is all-wheel drive, even though, which surprised me when I saw it, my viewer showed me this car, and he's like, oh, it's all-wheel drive. I was like, no, it's not. There's no all-wheel drive badge anywhere, which is interesting. And usually Kia does their all-wheel drive badges on the front 2 side doors, and this car has 0 all-wheel drive badges at all, which is weird. But anyway, it is all-wheel drive. I did see the window sticker. I'm rambling on here. But anyway, thank you all for watching, for subscribing, for liking. And if you haven't subscribed, if you're new here, I do a little bit of everything. I do car reviews. I do a little bit of DIY stuff. And thanks again, and I will see you all on the next one. Take care and stay safe.